Eldar, where is the love, the love? Yeah, I can't sing, but it's time for an Eldar epilogue. Nick speaking, and welcome to this video. Right, a new series for you, Eldar Epilogue. This is just a chilled chit-chat video talking all things Eldar. I hope you enjoy the videos that come out in this series. I'm certainly looking forward to doing them, and it's going to be very similar sort of format to the Necron Natters and the Tyranid Talks and the Wolf Waffle. So yeah, the Eldar Epilogue. And as always, I have my cup of coffee, so we're going to have a quick sip and then chat. So, Eldar. Yeah, obviously at the moment, Eldar are incredibly powerful. There's no two ways about it. Even more powerful now the Ynnari stuff has come out. From the battle reports and everything that I've seen, they just look totally awesome, sort of off the planet awesome. So yeah, where is the love for Eldar? Because let's face it, I think there's a lot of people who hate Eldar now, and arguably, possibly, rightly so. Now I just want to have a quick chat, sort of a little history, I suppose, of my Eldar journey, because it's quite an interesting one from my point of view. It's the army which got me here on YouTube, doing these videos. So before Eldar, I was playing Necrons, I was playing Space Wolves, and I was playing Tyranids. Having a good time, just playing with my buddies. Playing back, obviously that was 4th edition-ish, 5th edition. And during the period of 5th edition, I was walking past a charity shop. I looked in the window and I saw an Eldar Farseer and a box of Guardians. And that was the time when the Guardians came with the gun platform. And they were selling for, I think it was £10 for the whole lot. So obviously I knew it was a bargain, so I went in, I picked it up, and the IDIC Eldar, the Craft World IDIC, was born. And I gradually built up quite a large Eldar force over a period of time, obviously. And I started playing with them. Now these were back in the days where I was quite happy to play with unpainted models. Yes, I used to do that, and to be fair, the only reason why I like playing with painted models now is because of the YouTube channel. I honestly don't mind playing unpainted models. Obviously, yes, it does look a lot more cinematic if they're all painted, but beside the point. So I was playing with the army, and I was getting my butt kicked with it every week. Eldar were an incredibly finesse army, coming from playing Necrons who didn't die, Tyranids who just charged forward and didn't care, and Space Wolves who were really hard in combat and also, you know, were difficult to kill. And then here I was playing Toughness 3, Strength 3. At the time the whole army was ballistic skill, I say the whole army, most of the army was ballistic skill 3, so we were hitting on 4s, and it was a tough army to play, especially at the beginning where I was just mixing and matching the units that I was playing. So how did I get on YouTube with Eldar? So I was having so much trouble with Eldar that I started, like everyone, searching for tactics, and I found myself on a forum, the online Librarian online forum. It's like, oh, I want to play Striking Scorpions, which XR weapon is the best one to have. Started chatting to people on there, and then eventually someone gave me a link to Fritz's, the Wargamer Fritz, as he's now called, but at the time it was Way of the Samhan, Fritz 40k, his channel, and it was all about the Harlequin tactics, that series of videos, which I have to say was an absolutely awesome video, and it really opened my eyes up to tactics of Eldar, and I became a huge Fritz fan from then on, so much so that he inspired me to make a YouTube channel, and here I am now. Now I obviously became better at playing that army, but it's still quite a difficult army to play, you know, a finesse army, let's say. 5th edition, you know, we went through the whole turn 5 I win tactics, and that really did work for me. You know, I really did well on that, you know, turn boosting the jet bikes in, etc. But there's just one way to play them, and it was like a desperate way to play them. And then of course we get new codexes. I think we've had 2 codexes since then. First of all, the ballistic skill change to ballistic skill 4. So now we hit on 3s. Awesome boost to Eldar. I thought that was a big enough boost, to be fair, to the whole army. That was a pretty decent boost. But it's got a bit crazy now, hasn't it? I mean, I don't think, apart from probably Howling Banshees, I don't think there's a bad unit in that codex. And as an Eldar player who just plays with his buddies most of the time, I've actually stopped taking Eldar now as an army, because it's so difficult to come up with an army which just isn't just going to blast your opponent off the table. And of course Wraith Knights now have got even more awesome than they were when they first came out. And it's tough playing Eldar, unless of course you're a tournament player or you just want to win, etc. But if you just want to have a good time, it's really tough playing Eldar. I think it's highlighted in my recent game against Scrag Guard. Now if you haven't seen the battle report, go and check it out. But I played my Necrons against his Eldar, and he annihilates me. But Scrag Guard's army isn't a cheesy army. It's not. Scrag Guard has a Star Wars themed army. He has a Star Wars themed Imperial Guard army, he has a Star Wars themed Space Marine army, and of course an Eldar army. And the way he builds his armies is he looks at a unit and he decides if he can convert that into a Star Wars themed model. And looked at the Eldar jet bikes. It wasn't until he saw the bike without the canopy on that he realised that he could make that into one of those, can't remember what they're actually called, but in Return of the Jedi, when they're in the woods, the stormtroopers on those bikes that hover, and they look just like them. So he's got loads of them in his army, scat packs of course, and then he's got the Rancor, which is obviously an Imperial Knight in there. He's got Wraith Blades, and he's got Wraith Guard, proxying as the Royal Guard, and some robots. Can't remember what the robots are called. And then of course the Farseer is going to be the HQ, so you've got Darth Maul, Darth Sidious, etc. I think Darth Sidious actually, no, I think he's in the Imperial Guard army. Cairo, whatever his name is, that's the new one. So yeah, basically he chose his army for the models because they look like Star Wars, and it turns out they're incredibly cheesy. So he hasn't selected a cheesy army, they're just cheesy, and I think that's what genuine hardcore Eldar players are struggling with. I mean, even Fritz 40k has struggled to play Eldar. You know, he said it on his videos, because there's a lot of hate out there for Eldar because of how good they are. Like I said, that's probably rightly so. And we're not even just talking about Eldar. If we're talking about allies of Eldar with Dark Eldar, Eldar with Tau, you know, the armies become really tough to deal with, and also they become the same. You know, everyone's got the same. So from my point of view, I love Eldar. I think they're a really nice army. I love the look of the Eldar army, and even my not very competitive Eldar list is still pretty competitive. I mean, I've got a Vulcan in there, not Vulcan, I think of Star Trek. I've got the Vulcan in there, which isn't particularly competitive, but it doesn't really matter because there's so much other stuff in there that is competitive. And the army is just pretty decent, and I think it's hard to make an Eldar army which isn't pretty decent. I mean, I've painted my warp spiders. I have 15 warp spiders. I haven't played them yet. I daren't play them. I've got my War Walkers. Played them once, just a little fun game with my son. But like I said, I just haven't been playing Eldar. I've got no inclination to get the army out. The only time I'm getting the Eldar out is if we're having a fun game. When I say fun, it's like if we're playing 1,000 points, I might just, oh yeah, okay, I'll just throw the Eldar out. But if we're just playing one of our more, not serious games, one of our normal type games, what's the fun in me bringing Eldar? You know, what's the fun? Where's the love for Eldar? It's tough. It's a tough time. And obviously the Ynnari stuff has just come out. It's all very exciting, and obviously it's made a massive boost and spurge for people playing Eldar, but it's also made them even more powerful. And I've got absolutely no interest in having an even more powerful army at the moment, because I'm not at that stage in my gaming career. I've only just started going to tournaments, and at this moment in time I'm happy to go to tournaments for the experience, and I'm enjoying going with unusual and different lists rather than picking a win at all cost type list. I'm not saying it's not going to happen, so I do want to experience that at some point, but yeah, at the moment Eldar are just too powerful for me, and my love for them is not disappeared, but I've just got no inspiration to get them out. Yeah, so just a little ramble really, gone off in a different directions there probably, but hopefully you enjoyed it. I very much look forward to your comments below. I'm sure we're going to get a lot of people who just probably don't even watch the video and just say, yeah, I hate Eldar, Eldar are cheese, you know, etc. But I'm sure we're going to get some Eldar players like myself, a mixture of Eldar players that are going to say, best time for Eldar ever, I love it, and probably some Eldar players who are saying, I don't enjoy playing my Eldar anymore, I can't get my Eldar out on the table, they're just too powerful. So yeah, looking forward to those comments. Right, that's it from me. Thanks for watching.